Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news. What would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you? So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 161, and I am so glad that you are here today because I'm talking to you about how starting and building a business is a spiritual experience. You may not have ever thought of it that way, but it is. And I guarantee any of you listening today that have started your business and you are trying to grow your business and all that good stuff, you're probably going to be shaking your head. Yes, I agree with what I'm going to be sharing today. For those of you that are new, you may not even realize it, how awesome building a business is, but it is truly a spiritual experience. So we're going to go through that today. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. Make sure you hit subscribe right now. If you're in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is, because then you'll get notified as I drop new episodes. I don't want you to miss out on any of the valuable content and strategies and tips that I share each week with this podcast. Now, you can get plugged in below. I've got some free goodies if you want those. But most importantly, I have a group for you. Yes, if you are starting a product or service business based on something that you love, I have a group called the Just Getting Started group. And when you join today, you will get immediate access to all of my great training and help for deciding on your best business idea, for working on your business plan, for starting your business simply and strategically. I help you with all of that. So it doesn't matter what stage you're in, if you're dreaming, if you're trying to get your idea together, if you're trying to plan, or if you're trying to start, this group was made for you by me. And I'm so excited. I'm inviting you in there today. It's a membership and it's a low monthly rate, but it's for you so that you can commit to yourself that you're going to pursue this and that you are going to at the very least, entertain the idea of starting your own business and get the tools to help you do that. So make sure you check out my Just Getting Started group below. Okay. And if you've been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. How much fun was last week's episode with Kaylee? Wasn't that awesome? I've still been beaming from that because I'm just so proud of Kaylee. And if you haven't listened to it, you got to go back after this and listen to it. But she shares how she built her jewelry business. And it's just so rewarding when you have a career like mine where you help people and you're working day in, day out to help other people reach a goal and you start seeing that actually happen. I mean, I've had Grow Getters for a year and a half and there's been so many amazing women that are building their businesses and it's just so rewarding. And Kaylee's episode was just so much fun. I've gotten such great feedback on it. So I'm so happy that y'all got to hear her wisdom. So anyways, go back and listen to episode 160 if you haven't already. And that is it. On to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How is everything going with your business? What is shaking?
What milestones have you hit? I must know. I'm so excited. If you're in my free Facebook group, you know I have the weekly posts. But if you're in my Just Getting Started group, you better be updating all of us with the milestones that you hit. I know we had Erin in the group who got her Etsy store open. So yay! I need hands clapping, but that is awesome news. So there are so many of you that are working so hard. And I truly believe in celebrating every milestone, just like Kaylee shared last week. Did y'all listen to last week's episode 160, where I had Kaylee Muntz on the show? And she's one of my grow getters. And she's just going gangbusters with her jewelry business. And she shared so much great information. And it's just so wonderful to see you all flourishing like Kaylee. Like, it is the most rewarding thing as a business coach is to be able to watch someone's progress. Like when they courageously just keep taking steps and they are like, I'm doing this. I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. And when they follow the steps that are proven that I give to them and they start doing it, it is literally the best feeling in the world. So I am just so happy for Kaylee. Make sure you listen to that episode if you haven't already after this. But today I'm talking about how starting and building a business is a spiritual experience. It really is. You may not have ever thought of it that way, but it truly is. And I'm going to share with you 3 ways that I believe that it's a spiritual experience. And I'm speaking for myself here because starting and building a business activates a side of you that you may not have ever known that you had. It's so true. Like it activates something. I can't even explain it. And you're like becoming this new and fresh version of yourself. Would y'all agree? Those that are starting your business, like you've taken on something big. Whether you have a tiny business or not, that is not the point. You have taken on a project. You have taken on a new version of yourself. That's the best way I can describe it. And by going through that process, you notice changes in yourself and you realize that this is actually a very spiritual experience. There's no other way I can say it. I kept trying before I hit record on this mic. I was just thinking through how I was going to describe this to you. And it's actually a little bit difficult just because it's so intangible and it's something within ourselves that changes when we start and build a business because we keep facing new challenges along the road. Like you really do. And you're just amazed at what you learn. You are just amazed at yourself. So let's just kind of go through these today. I thought this would be fun. And if you haven't even started your business yet, maybe you're in that idea stage and you're just like kind of toying around and you found this podcast because you looked up starting a business. Am I right? You have no idea the journey that you are embarking on. It's kind of like when you say, I'm thinking about adopting a dog, or I'm thinking about having a child. Like you just have no idea what's ahead of you and how amazing and rewarding and fulfilling and awesome the journey is. And I couldn't be more excited for you. So let's talk about these real quick. So the first one is, I truly believe that starting and building a business creates a spiritual bond with yourself. Does that sound weird? I feel like you get more spiritually in tune with yourself because you have got to talk to yourself. You have to say, I've wanted to do this. I've wanted to pursue more meaning in my life. I wanted to use my God-given gifts. I want to make a difference. And I've got to muster up the courage to tell myself and acknowledge to myself that I want to do this, and then acknowledge to other people that I want to do this. And you have to muster up this strength that maybe you didn't know you had. Now, some of you know that you're strong. And some of you know that you're just going to go for it. Whatever comes in your mind, you're just going to do it. Like, whatever, I'm going to do it, right? I don't care. I don't care what anyone thinks. Like, some of you are like that. But the majority that I find that I work with have been scared at first of kind of stepping. It's almost like stepping off a cliff. Like, you're like, I'm scared. Or like a tall diving board. You're like, the moment I go, I'm a little bit different. Like I'm going to do it. And you're excited. You want to do it, you want to achieve it, but you're a little scared, right? And so you kind of become in tune with yourself. And along the way, you get to know yourself much better because you get to see what you're good at and what are not your best skills. Like, it is fully evident when you're starting a business, like for real, because you'll start realizing, oh, like I'm really good at setting up my website, or I'm good at talking to people in person, whatever it may be. Some of you are probably giggling right now going, I'm not technical and I'm not good at a website. And so that's my point. You will start seeing what you're really good at, maybe the technical side, maybe the side of you that is outgoing and a connector and networker. Maybe you're really good at customer service. Maybe you're really good at designing. Maybe you're good at aesthetics. Maybe you are good at keeping all your financials and strategically growing your business. I mean, there's so many things that you start uncovering about yourself that you may not have even realized. And it really is a spiritual journey, because you have to talk to yourself. You have to pump yourself up. You have to believe in yourself the whole time. And you have to believe in your mission. Because all of you that even just have an idea, even if you haven't even started a business or anything, you know that there is something that you want to do for people. You know there is a way that you want to better people's lives. And it's within you. It is within you, and you become connected to it. And it's almost like this spiritual connection to mission. It's the weirdest thing. I'm not even kidding, because then that fuels your courage, and you start taking all these steps and you start doing all these things, and you commit to doing this, and you start telling people you're doing this, and you take steps, and then you get your first product or service out there, which is very scary. I'm not going to lie, because you are worried what other people will think. Is it really good? Does it do what it promises? Are they going to think I'm stupid? Are they going to think this really isn't that great? After all, you have all these thoughts, but you have to build your own self-confidence as you're going through it, and you become spiritually connected to this whole process. And it's just this awakening of you. That's the best way I can put it. It's an awakening of the side of you that you didn't know that you had, y'all. It's awesome. And I know if you're running your business right now, you know what I'm talking about, because it's the best feeling. So number one, I truly believe that starting and building a business is a spiritual journey with yourself, okay, within you. It's an awakening within you. Number two, starting and building a business is a spiritual journey with those you serve. It really is. I know this sounds cheesy. Some of you are like, okay, you're getting a little woo-woo and like, I don't know what you're doing, but y'all, it's true. Because when you see people smile after they receive your product or get it or use it, or how happy they are or how excited they are, or when they tell you how much it changed their life or how much time it saved them or how much money it saved them, or the words that you used with them helped them, or something you created for them, something you did for them, it becomes this spiritual bond with those people. And it may be specific people that you really connect with, your clients or your customers, or it may be as a whole, those people that you have set out to serve. Because I guarantee in the beginning, you're like, I just want to help those people that are struggling with XYZ. So think about it for your business right now. You've probably thought, I just want to help them, blah, blah, blah. I want to help the kind of people that just don't know how to, or just don't have the money to, or just don't have the time to. I want to help them. And the connection to that group of people, y'all, is strong, because it fuels every product or service you make. Like, as I'm creating my programs, I'm thinking about people like you that are struggling in certain stages, whether it be in the idea stage, whether it be like in the planning stage, whether it be in the starting stage, whether it be in the growth. I'm connected to you because I know what all of those stages feels like. And I know the struggles. And I know the courage and tenacity that it takes to keep pursuing this. I know that you have to put blinders on and not worry about your, quote, competition or other people in your industry and what they're doing, because we can always compare ourselves. I know that feeling of feeling like almost an imposter. You've probably heard of imposter syndrome. People talked about this all the time over the past years. I don't hear it quite as much anymore, but it's that feeling that if people really knew who I was, they would think I'm a sham, or that they, I'm not as smart as I look, or whatever it is, right? People feel like they have imposter syndrome, especially as coaches and consultants, because it's like you're always asking yourself, like, who am I to be doing this, right? And you feel like I'm not perfect. I haven't done everything perfect. They need somebody who's perfect, and there's nobody that's perfect. But I get it. I get the feelings that you're going through, and know that spiritual bond that you feel with a group of people, or even specific people that you want to serve, is amazing, because it's what is going to drive you to create effective products and services. You are in service of them. Your business is of service. That's what I truly believe. I don't know that everyone believes that. I think some people just start businesses because they want to make a fast buck, and they do want to, make sure they do it right so that somebody didn't get a refund. But I don't know that all businesses are really set out to serve people. And I truly believe that if you are set out to serve people, the money is going to come. If you are listening to your people, if you are set on your mission to help them in some way, whether save them time, money, anything, help their relationships, help them look better, help them feel better, help them with their pets, make their life better, whatever it is. That connection to that, y'all, it's truly amazing, and it's spiritual. It really is, because it's in your soul. It's not something tangible. It's your inner being wanting to make a difference in people's lives, right? And for those of you that have a business that's open right now, you know what I'm talking about, because you want to make a difference. You want to make them happy, whatever it is, right? And I don't know, it's just so fascinating to me. Like, I feel connected, first of all, to my people that are grow getters, because we get on Zoom calls and we have mastermind calls, and it's amazing. And I just love them all. They're all working so hard, and I get to see their beautiful faces and how hard they're trying and the struggles that they're going through, because no one's journey is ever a straight line, perfect, going straight up. We all have our bumps in the road, and we all have things we have to work on. That's why I have grow getters, because I don't want you to ever feel alone. And I want you to have a place to get quality help without feeling alone on this journey, and help you do things a lot more effectively, right, than you would on your own, and not ever feel like you're just floundering and floating around, right? I want you to have a place to call your business home, right? So I'm connected to them. I'm also connected to those of you out there that have never bought from me, because I'm here to serve you. Some of you just listen on this podcast. I'm connected to you. I feel it in my soul. I'm talking to you. I see you, sort of, almost like a spirit. I know that sounds weird. I mean, I'm not talking about God. I'm just talking about, like, I have to envision you sitting at your desk struggling, or walking around in everyday life going, I want something more for my life. I wish things were different. I wish I had a career that I loved. I don't want to go back to work. Like, all these things that y'all think, like, I wish I had more freedom of time. I wish I could just make money doing what I love. I'm spiritually connected to that, and that represents you. This is a spiritual experience with your people. It truly is. And if you don't see it that way, I hope today your eyes are opened, that you need that connection, because that may be all that's missing sometimes. I think people, as I said, start their businesses and they don't really think about connecting to the souls. I know I'm getting deep here, but to the souls of the people that you want to serve, right? And you can think of specific people maybe you've already helped or have already paid you, or you can think of them as a whole and identify in your mind who those people are, okay? So again, starting and building a business is a spiritual connection, number 1, to yourself, number 2, with those you seek to serve, and number 3, I believe, with God. Y'all, there's been a lot of prayer that's gone on between me and God about my businesses over the years. And I know any of you that have a business, if you are a believer, or if you believe in a higher power, whatever it may be. Like, even Kaylee talked about this last week. She's praying to God and she's got her big dreams, but to him, they're small. And he's like, that's it? That's your dream? No dream is too big for him or too small for him. He cares about you, and you should be praying about your business. That's my personal belief. Y'all may not agree, but that's what I believe, because I think God is leading us in this just like he's leading us in everything else in our life, and he wants the best for us. And did he ever promise that everything was going to work out great? No. Did he promise that every person's business is going to succeed? No. But he promises to be with us every step of the way. And I truly believe you should be praying for your business and to have the power of discernment to know how to make the right decisions, what you should be doing. I think the power of discernment as a business owner is huge. You've got to know what to invest in, who to hire, what products or services you should offer, the kind of people you should work with. Should you do it online? Should you do it in a store? Should you sell on social? Should you sell personally? Should you have a booth? Should you have a mobile business? Whatever it is, I think you should be praying about it. I think you should pray for your people. I think you should pray. I pray before I go live because I'm like, Lord, help me. Like when I'm teaching, like help me to say the right thing so that I actually get through to them what I'm trying to say, what's in my head, and help me get it out and not be stupid or too weird or too hyper or too, because if y'all know me, y'all know I'm pretty, I don't know the word, enthusiastic. Enthusiastic is the best way. Because sometimes I watch those training videos back and I'm like, how does anyone watch me? I look like a spaz. I look like a total spaz, but that's for a whole nother conversation. Anyways, I need to like simmer down now. What movie was that? Or was that Saturday Night Live when they're like, simmer down now? I need to simmer down sometimes. And you're going to all feel that way. Like, are you overbearing? Are you not enthusiastic enough? Are you friendly? Are you not friendly enough? Do you say the right things? Do you not say enough things? I mean, y'all, we go through this. It's so ridiculous. And so to me, I need God because I know that I'm imperfect and I need the strength and I need to be able to use the brain that he's given me and the gifts that he's given me to help others. And I know you feel the same way. That you want to use those gifts, those things that come innate to you, your talents, your skills, your expertise, whatever you want to call it. I know that you want to use those because that's why you're here. You are sick of either having no career, maybe you've been home and you've been home with the kids or you haven't had a job, or you've had a career that truly wasn't fulfilling. You knew you weren't using your gifts. You weren't being utilized to your potential. You weren't being recognized for what you did do. You were on somebody else's clock and the whole 9 yards. And so a lot of you are here because you want to start a business on the side or you want to go full-time. Most of you are on the side a lot. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not most of you. Maybe it's like split half and half. But either way, it doesn't matter. You're wanting to do all these things. And my true gut belief is that you need God's strength to guide you and to help you along this journey. It's a big deal when you're starting business, even if you're starting it on the side. I don't want to make it a bigger deal than it is, but it's a big deal to you, right? Who told me that? Was that my mother-in-law? She said, the biggest problem that's going on in the world is your own problem or something like that. And I thought that's so true because we tend to, I don't want to say exaggerate, put more weight on our own problems than any other problems. And we make things harder sometimes than they are. And we are hyper-focused on our own problems. Do y'all feel that? So I just truly believe, I don't know how people go through life without believing in a higher power to have that strength because we know that we are not fully sufficient. And I can't believe I'm going off on this like full-on tangent about this, but it's my belief. And so if you're here and you're like, I don't agree, that's totally fine. I still love you. It's all good. I'm just sharing my opinion. And I need God, right? I need to be praying for my business. I need to be praying for my people. And I need to do more of it so that I can keep the connection and keep doing what he has called me to do with this business, right? So I hope you realize today that starting and building your business is a spiritual journey, okay? It's a spiritual experience. Number 1, with yourself. Number 2, with those you seek to serve. And number 3, with God. It really is. And I hope you take these to heart today and realize what this journey can mean for you and that it's an awakening of a part of you. It's almost like if you've had an arm that's like fallen asleep or numb and all of a sudden it wakes up, you're like, oh my gosh, I have all these abilities I didn't know I had. It wakes up at the side of your brain. I can't even explain it. And I hope y'all don't think I'm weird for talking about this today. But it's the truth. It's what I believe. So that's it. I hope you enjoy your spiritual journey as you're starting and building your business. I am so genuinely excited for you. Again, if you're new here, make sure you get plugged in below. Make sure you check out the Just Getting Started group because you can get in right now. Like, did you hear me? Like right now, start accessing everything. And I do live trainings once a month. You can get help from me anytime. And it's your time to commit to yourself. that you're going to at the very least entertain this idea that you've been thinking about, at the very least. And at the most that you're going to do this and you're going to get moving and you're going to use all the training and steps and tools that I provided for you so that you can get your business open already, get it selling, and then you can come join us in Grow Getters. Y'all have heard about Grow Getters, right? It's my program for new business owners to start making money consistently. That's what we do. Help you learn how to grow your business. So check that out as well, depending on whatever stage you're in. If you're in the, idea, planning, starting stage, get in the Just Getting Started group. If you have your business open, get in Grow Getters, because that is where we really get serious about how you're going to grow your business and keep a steady stream of new customers and sales coming in. So check out everything below. I'm so happy y'all are here. I hope y'all have an awesome day. And until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.